I think we're live.
Are we?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
How's it going? Can everyone see us?
Hello, everyone.
This is Bella, my puppy.
It's Bella.
I mean, she's 10, so like she's not like a puppy, but she's a puppy.
She's basically a puppy.
Dude, this is Bella.
All right. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Hello. Oh my God.
It's all starting.
Yeah, this is actually Bella for those of you who follow me on Instagram.
Oh, it's Bella.
This is my dog. She's the best. How are you guys doing? We're so happy to be back.
This is not Cassie. This is Bella.
Indeed, this is Bella.
Special guest Bella. We're actually waiting to get confirmation from Cassie.
Well, like we had, like she was supposed to join us today, but I don't know if there's technical difficulties or what. We haven't heard from her just yet. Hi, Bella.
So she should be joining us at some point.
Hopefully. We hope so.
We'll find out. But yeah. Here we are. Oh my.
People are asking how the play went. The play went really well. We were just in a production of Night of the Living Dead at our local theater.
Mm-hmm.
So that was super fun. We played Tom and Judy for anyone who's seen the movie.
Mm-hmm. It just closed last night.
Indeed. It was super fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Mwah.
Mwah. We'll see how long Bella wants to stay.
Indeed. All right. So very quickly, I'm going to...
Casey, are you doing a speech for class? Are you giving a speech somewhere? Hi, Lazy Cat. You're amazing too.
Posting to the Facebook page. Look at this bubble. She's the best. She gives kisses. Look at her little face.
This is just us with her all the time. She's just the best.
All right.
Ryan, we're glad you made it to this one.
Indeed.
We love you too.
Live streaming now.
Whoa, hey!
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Great.
Good.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I am in the car on the way to Colorado, so.
We literally just started. You're just fine.
Welcome.
Perfect.
Hello.
Who is the dog? Did we already introduce the dog?
This is Bella.
We did. It's
She's
Bella.
our other special guest for today.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't get Pompidou on?
Unfortunately, Pompidou is not our dog, so we couldn't get Pompidou. But this is Bella. She's my dog. So I mean, she's pretty excellent too.
Sweet Daisy.
All right, so now we're all here. Everyone's watching.
Now we're...
Yeah.
It's harder. Hello, Bella.
So now we'll kind of officially start.
Indeed.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Welcome to the October live stream. Special guest today, in addition to Bella, is Cassie McMullen.
It is me. I'm sorry I look like I'm on a road trip because I'm on a road trip.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're literally on a road trip, so it's
trip.
understandable.
Cassie plays Rachel Amber in Dawn. So, well, I don't believe she's the one driving.
No.
No, I am not driving.
No.
That's good. Don't live stream and
all
drive, everyone.
No. It is not me driving, but the person driving knows all about it, so there will be no spoilers or anything. So.
Perfect.
So they're not just sitting there like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? What's going on?
I cannot see any of the questions being brought up, so if there's a question for me, make sure that Shelby and Carson see it.
Yes, yeah. We can see them all, so we'll be kind of passing them along to you.
Yeah.
I also can't read. I'm illiterate.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot I had to give you your full
right.
script in like pictorial form.
Yeah, no, he had to draw pictures.
Yeah, it was sort of it was a complicated process.
But you know what? He put forth the time.
Yeah, you know, it was a 500-page script. Each thing being represented in pictures.
It was about 6,000 pages after pictures.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I also need large print.
All right.
So I guess we should just start.
Yeah, we've got at least one question. You guys, you're asking questions for Cassie for right now, so go ahead and send along your questions.
Or even questions for not me. I'll hang out.
Yeah, or any questions.
Really.
All right. So, first question is, Cassie, how did you identify with Rachel Amber?
I don't think that it mattered how I identified with her because the moment Shelby and I got coffee, so we met up after I got cast, and they just wanted to see how I interacted with them, how they thought I would do for the role. Because if I was just like a introverted bitch, there was obviously no way that I was going to be able to play off Rachel Amber very well. But I think there were like 6 different times where at coffee where I made some comment or said something nasty, and they looked at each other and they were like, "That's so Rachel."
Yeah, it's true.
I was like, I think I'm going to do just fine. And I think that helped me in my confidence. And especially because Rachel Amber is a very just kind of confident, bullheaded bitch. Like, having the confidence that I already had some similarities from Shelby and Carrsan definitely helped me to move forward in the role.
I remember the first time I met you. Obviously, your audition was incredible. But the first time I met you in person, it was just like, yeah, she's perfect.
Yeah,
Rachel, like,
we're not worried.
Yeah. So I guess we can just give like a little bit of backstory as well before we like fully jump in with questions. Hi, Bill. And just say kind of the process that we took for auditioning you and how you got cast and you know about Life is Strange.
Indeed.
Okay. You need to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We can
there's a lot of road noise, so I'm using context clues for what I'm doing.
You're good.
There was so I got Carrsan actually messaged me on Facebook and asked me to audition, and I personally did not know a ton about the video game. At the time I was working 2 jobs. I was in full-time classes and I volunteered, and so I had not a lot of like extra time to research it or play the video game or anything, or play video games in general. Actually, I was like, that sounds like a lot of fun. I used to do theater all the time, and I miss it a lot, and I felt like I was pretty good at it and I was pretty passionate about it, and so this gave me an opportunity to get back into it. I had no idea what I was stepping into, but it was definitely still worth it. I had a lot of fun. So the audition process, actually, after I got the message on Facebook, Carrsan sent me the links for the scripts, or not the scripts, the monologues to read, and I recorded myself saying them and locked myself in my room, and I was actually, obviously screaming into my laptop to record these, and I walked out. My roommate looks at me and goes, "Are you good? You all right in there?" But after explaining the whole process, and then I got a message from him a little bit later.
Yes.
Hey, we're totally awful, and I think it helped that we had a lot of mutual friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they were able to kind of learn a little bit about me without actually having to meet me in person, which worked out really well because I know both of them are crazy busy people, and I am a crazy busy person.
Yeah.
So it's like it was a perfect storm.
Yes, exactly. Somebody asked like what it was like on set, what it was like working with us as directors, and like just like what your thoughts on like the filming process was in general.
Everything was awful.
Okay. Yeah, I figured.
It was a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
No, it was a very... I, of course, never filmed anything except for silently because I was acting for music videos otherwise. And so I had never done anything that required a lot of text or a lot of dialogue unless it was a live theater. So I think that alone took a little bit of getting used to, obviously, that I could fuck up and it was okay to redo it. Like, I would fuck up and then I'd, like, keep trying to stay in character and do the scene. They were like, we could just redo it. It's okay. What just happened? Both of you looked up at once.
Something hit
the
window in the room.
Yeah,
so
it was like a leaf or something, but it was loud.
Bird, you're actually in a horror movie.
Could be.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't even surprise me.
No, not at this point.
I mean, it's 3 days before Halloween. Anything.
Exactly.
Looking at questions.
Should we go back a little bit in case there are like earlier questions that we could?
What was it like working with Peyton?
Yeah.
With who?
Peyton.
Chloe.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Peyton.
What was it like working with Peyton? What was like your guys' rapport like in real life?
I think that so I have a little bit of an abrasive personality. But Peyton was super kind and rolled with it almost right away, and we actually linked up really great. The first day we were already like falling into character and trying to see how that was gonna, how the rapport would work, not only offset but onset. And we realized really quickly that we had a very good personality chemistry right off the bat, which really worked out, obviously, since that was the whole name of the game. And I think that especially us getting the opportunity to, like, while other scenes were being done, we sat down, we ran lines, we talked about a little bit about our backstories, because at the only time that I got to meet her before the actual filming was we had a script reading.
Mm-hmm.
It happened once, and everyone else was there, and we actually did not get a chance to interact almost at all.
Yeah.
Because she had to drive back to Iowa City that same night, and I had been coming from work right to the reading. I burped. So, just I'm very glad that it worked out. That there was no personality conflict, because I feel like both of us, although we have different tells, it's very, neither of us try to hide whether or not we enjoy someone's company necessarily. So if either of us had a personality issue with the other one, I think it would have been evident.
Yeah.
The thing was, we got along. And unfortunately, it's been so long since filming, and I've moved to Colorado for everyone who doesn't know, anyone who doesn't know. And I had a lot happen, so I don't actually have a ton of memories of the actual filming. I obviously remember it, but I can't think of any stories off the top of my head besides Peyton and I, while they were filming other scenes in the junkyard, we went off and we actually just started going through a bunch of the cars and taking shit out of the cars that were junked and climbing on top of them. We broke into a bus. We climbed on top of like 2 or 3 cars piled up on top of each other. It was a lot of fun, and I was glad that she was willing to assist me in shenanigans like that.
I do remember, like, at one point just like kind of looking off into the distance of the junkyard, and you guys were just like way out, like on top of a pile of cars.
Yeah.
I still have that murder knife.
But yes. You do? Awesome.
Threatening.
That's good knife.
Yeah, like anybody who's on the Instagram, there's a picture of Cassie like sitting on a car holding like this big. It's like a
like a switchblade
like
knife.
Big, a big knife, and that's actually just something that was found in a car.
It was found in the RV that all coloring books were found in.
Oh yeah.
It was in the weird van that had a bunch of like child
like coloring
items in it.
And snacks.
And snacks. Yeah, and old snacks.
One of the two. Yeah, snacks. We opened them up. They were no good anymore. We tried.
No, they weren't. No, they were not.
So I think we
at the same time.
Yeah.
How?
I'm so sorry. I didn't.
What?
Making noises.
Okay.
How long were you in theater before filming Dawn? Like, what was your acting experience prior?
I mean, I always, in middle school and high school, I was in all the musicals and all the plays and stuff like that, but it was not, I wasn't involved in a ton of theater outside of school, just because I was also in sports and dance team and that kind of thing, but I didn't, it was more so a long time, but not concentrated very much. Diluted theater.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. But I loved it. I always had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Indeed.
Yeah, because
I guess is the real answer for that. I guess I didn't answer the question. I just went on a convoluted,
okay. Short. That's basically what this is. Okay,
yeah.
So let's go back and look. I think we missed some questions.
Huh?
We didn't.
And also, if I'm having trouble hearing you at any points, Shelby, if you could like text me the question so it'll pop up on my phone at the top. And that way I'm not going, what? Huh?
One person did ask, like, do you plan on acting again in the future? Do you want to get more involved with acting?
I would absolutely do it. Yeah. Someone set up my IMDb. Apparently, was that you? Was that either?
Yeah.
That happens because you have an IMDb page for the movie. So like.
Okay. So I guess now I have a reference point to go off of if people actually ask.
Yeah.
I'll absolutely continue to be involved, and I guess I haven't found a community out in Colorado yet, but I've only been here for a little bit, and my priorities have been like, getting into Colorado and getting set up. But I mean, I know Carrsan talked about doing some little short films, and I'd come back to help him with those. And there's a really great community in the Cedar Valley for theater, and I'm sure I can do something.
Somebody asked, do you like personally relate to Rachel at all? Or like, what was your like personal feelings about Rachel? I think I've heard some interesting thoughts from you about this, so. Oh no, did we lose her?
Rachel has a very short temper.
Yeah.
Very short. And I think that I am definitely a little bit more patient than Rachel Amber, especially for the fact that I don't know. I don't think I get in fights with people other than my siblings, and I think that the reason I'm so patient is because of my siblings. But I think that, being the same kind of enjoying to travel, like tries to do well in school, that kind of persona, I think I I resonate a lot with that side of her. And then the crazy manipulative side, I would love to say that I'm not. I don't know. I feel like that's not something I can just be like, no, I'm the best person ever. But I think I have other bad traits. They're just not Rachel Amber's bad traits.
I was like, I think it's funny because like you definitely embody Rachel Amber a lot in a lot of ways with like just the way that you present yourself, but you're a lot more like laid back and nice than Rachel Amber is, I would say. Like,
yeah, no, I mean that mischievous side, the side where she's sneaking up on her dad, she's, you know, doing whatever she needs to do. I guess I don't know if I should say that, but
you can say that.
Okay. Like she's, I wouldn't say nosy, but curious. And I'm very curious. I was obviously opening up random cars in the junkyard. Like, I think that the curiosity resonates the same way. I think her love of travel, and I think, you know, just striving to always be her best. But I think when other people get in her way to be her best, that's when she clicks and she goes rogue.
Yeah, I think because I've never really seen Rachel as like strictly manipulative necessarily. She very much wants the people in her life to be people that go along with her. Like,
right. She wants to be the perfect picture.
Yeah. Everyone kind of needs to be part of the plan.
Perfect.
And I think that's why her and Chloe click so well, because Chloe wants so desperately to be a part of somebody's life. And Rachel needs that. So
it works out well.
Yeah.
Sorry, Max.
He comes back. It's okay.
More. Two people both left and said it was fun talking to you, and they wanted us to say bye for them. So.
What?
Two fans think you're great, and they had to leave, but they wanted us to say bye for them. So.
Oh, thank you. Do I know them? Was one of them the one in Germany?
No, I think Celine is still watching.
He is.
Hi, Celise. Well, tell them I said goodbye. If you can come, like, I don't know how it works.
I'm sure they'll come back and watch the rest of the stream, so they'll see it.
I'm not even allowed to like work the remote when I'm at home because one time I turned the TV onto a channel that they couldn't get it off of for another 45 minutes. So when it comes to being allowed to use technology, I'm usually not.
Okay.
So whatever you can do that.
Okay, cool. We will.
Perfect.
Question from Celine, actually. What did you do? Like, what methods did you use to get yourself into character before, like, playing? Or, like, did you do anything special to help yourself get into Rachel's mindset?
Into Rachel Amber. I think that, well, a lot of it was not that hard to get into character, solely because, like Carson said, I think that the way I express myself is sometimes very similar. But for a lot of the angrier scenes, you know, you have to. I think one of the things I did was for about 20, 30 minutes before we would film that scene, I would just think about the scene over and over and how fucking pissed I would be if I was actually in that situation.
Yeah.
And then part 2 was to allow myself to actually react how I would react if, you know, I had a short temper, essentially. Because, you know, anyone with a long temper, I think that both of you have very long tempers. You have to film at all, ever.
Yeah.
I saw Shelby just roll her eyes, and I even have a lag on mine, so.
Yeah.
When something bothers us a lot, like, we will file it away and we'll wait and we let it burn for a little bit. But we all have that thing in our mind that's like, do this instead. Just lose it. Snap right now. And so I kind of tried to let that side of my brain take over a little bit for those scenes. So I feel like I got actually angry. And so then I had to cool down after the scenes because I didn't want to be angry at anyone. Well, why are you so mad? Because of, I guess, nothing that actually happened to me, but I imagined it did. It's like when you wake up mad from a dream. Like you wake up from a dream where your boyfriend or girlfriend cheated on you, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they would do that. And then you convince yourself it's a dream, and you're like, I'm still mad.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I definitely remember hearing a lot of those high tension, because it's funny because we asked Peyton kind of the same question and she said pretty much the same thing, that it was a lot of like,
I think we're thinking of the same scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
but it's interesting because like in our experience working with actors, it generally is one of two things. Either actors will think about the scene that they're in, or they'll think about something in their own life that pissed them off that they're basing it off of. And both of you chose to like remain in the moment, which I think is cool. So
I mean, being in the moment, but I think what highlights that or like really enriches it is if you imagine the scene, but then replace the characters there with the people in your life that you're pissed at. Like you're all or people in your life that you get easily irritated with. So like a family member or a coworker that you just don't get along with, or not necessarily don't get along with, but easily gets under your skin, and put that person in that spot, and it's like it's coming from both sides.
But I think, like, I was just always impressed with this whole cast, the way that you all played off of each other. I mean, even though you only would like know each other for a day, like you and Greg only had one filming day together or two? Greg, two. Yeah. Greg plays Chloe's father in this movie, and just
Rachel's.
I'm sorry, Rachel's father. I'm so sorry, Rachel's father.
Greg's great.
Yeah. And you two just immediately it was like nothing. It was great.
We had really good chemistry, which I was surprised about because he definitely intimidated me off set, and then it was very easy to snap into being his daughter on set because he just turned into this like, I think my dad is actually watching. I'm not sure, but I think my actual father is watching the live stream, and he had the same kind of demeanor where he's very professional, but I mean, my father obviously. My real father is much better than my father.
Than your on-screen father?
Love you, Dad.
And yeah, it's funny because Greg in real life is nothing like that. But I'd never seen him play that kind of character.
Big teddy bear.
Yeah, he's like the sweetest guy, but he plays that character really well. I don't want to say too much because obviously.
Yeah, but anyone who's played the game understands the premise, he understands the kind of person he is.
Yeah.
Not that he doesn't care.
Yeah. Exactly. He cares a little too much. Rachel's dad is a little too concerned with everything that's going on.
It's just intense.
Kind of an interesting question branching off of that, actually, because your relationship with your own dad is better than Rachel's in the game. Was it difficult to put yourself in that position of having that kind of conflict with a parent? Or
say it again?
You're probably gonna word this better than I am. But
was it hard for you to get into the mindset of arguing with parental figures? Would that be no.
Absolutely not. It's not that I argue a lot with my parents, but everyone has had disagreements with parents, siblings, anyone, because you're not the same person. And actually, if there was another me, we would argue all the time. I'm kind of a bitch. I think that we would argue a lot. And it's just the fact of thinking back, even if you have to put yourself in the mindset of you know, you're in 9th grade and you're trying to push your curfew back an hour.
Yep.
They wouldn't let you do it. Like, just that irrational angry, because no one can get under your skin like a family member, a best friend, or a significant other.
Yeah.
And it's the ones you love the most, but for some reason it's the quickest to get under your skin.
Yeah.
Well, especially because...
And so tapping into that irrational aggression sometimes not only helps with acting, but it works through actual issues.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, Rachel, especially because Rachel is 16 in this movie, so there's that added level of, like, teenage...
I don't think I've ever fought with my father the way Rachel Amber fights with literally everyone around her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mostly Rachel Amber is just aggressive. She's very intense. She's
Yeah.
an acquired taste.
She is, yeah. And I think that's probably why a lot of people were on the fence about her when this game came out. They didn't really like her.
I know that Peyton is definitely on the fence about her. Peyton Knight is the actress who played Chloe Price. And she played the game, and she was like, Rachel Amber is just this manipulative bitch. Because naturally she's trying to personify it with Chloe. Like, she's trying to be Chloe. And she's like, if I was in Chloe's situation, there's no way that I would let Rachel Amber.
Well, I think, yeah, it kind of comes back to obviously there are slight differences in personality between Rachel in the game and Rachel in the movie, and Chloe in the game and Chloe in the movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But also, I was part of the minority. I kind of loved Rachel right away because I definitely recognized that she was flawed and manipulative. But
it's because that's how she was raised. That's how
and she's real. She was just a very real character to me, and I could see myself in real life empathizing with somebody like that who, like, puts on this front of being this in control person all the time and is actually just, you know, she's dealing with a lot of shit that kids go through with not knowing, you know, if...
Yeah, she's dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
And so I like Rachel Amber for the fact that, yes, she's a realistic character. This is how a 16-year-old would act.
Yeah. I just thought...
And Chloe acts very mature for her age. I think they both act mature in different aspects.
Yeah.
And they both act incredibly immature in the other aspect.
Well,
and I think that out well. I think that is why their chemistry works, is because they have to balance each other out a little bit.
Well, I also think Chloe kind of becomes Rachel. I mean, by the time Life is Strange comes around, Chloe has adapted a lot of Rachel's personality traits.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think it's just interesting that...
I think that Chloe cooled Rachel down a little bit, and I think that Chloe out of Rachel just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Which I think is good.
Let's see. That question might bring up weird things or things we can't even talk about, but was it ever stressful for you to come to set each day? Whether just like transport or balancing your own life?
Yes. I was actually working full-time as a manager at my job, as well as taking classes and filming. So yes, I don't think it was as much stressful to come to set as I was just stressed as a human being.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, yeah. There was no one on set that I was like stressed out to see. There was no one on set that I disagreed with or anything. So there's no stress coming from the set itself.
Yeah. Well, I think that's always like, you know, there's always that level of frustration that forms when you spend 8 hours a day with the same group of people for 2 weeks.
Oh,
something.
I mean, that's going to happen regardless.
Right. But I did feel like in general, we always all got along really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at the end of the day, especially, it was always just like a general good vibe.
Right.
Which was nice.
We even took a couple of road trips.
We did.
It
was fun.
Oh,
I mean, road to Iowa City, but
right, but still.
We gotta light shit on fire. It's great. It's fine. That's how every good road trip ends.
Exactly.
Hey,
That's how
great.
this road trip is gonna end. I'm just gonna light things on fire.
Ooh.
I don't know what yet.
Perfect.
But I bring Amber. It's
exactly. Yeah, I think that was because again, like for me personally, like as the person trying to direct the cast a lot of the time, a big stressor for me is always just like keeping everyone relatively happy. Like obviously my job is to make sure the movie gets made, but it's also to make sure that like you guys aren't like, screw it, I'm
at
leaving
each other's
forever. So yeah, that's always just a big thing, is trying to make sure that everyone's relatively happy and stress-free, besides just the obvious stress that comes with filmmaking. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Something I actually noticed earlier that I'm just curious about, and obviously you don't have to go into like too much detail, but I thought it was just an interesting thing that you said. You talked about how like working through like emotions and problems in the movie can help you like process real things going on in your life at the same time. Was that like a big thing for you, or was that something?
Oh, that was not supposed to be as meta as it sounded.
Okay.
I mean, it definitely, letting myself get angry helped me release a little bit of the stress. Being able to yell on set instead of, at people in real life was probably better. And so not necessarily working through problems, like being unable to find solutions on my own and all of a sudden being on set and being like, Eureka!
Yeah.
That was never, I mostly meant like tapping into a little bit of aggression once in a while sometimes releases that pent-up pressure and helps you to think clearly.
Yeah, that's still interesting to me.
General rule. I'm not saying that it's okay to lose your temper. I don't think there's any situations where, it's cool or fun. It's immature. But having a little bit of emotion behind what you say is never, you should be mostly logical, but you should also care.
Yeah.
You don't stand for something, I mean, anything will knock you over. Like,
right. Well, and I think that's a big part of Life is Strange in general, is just like how people deal with their emotions and their problems and the way that their choices affect those around them just emotionally, regardless of, causing tornadoes and burning down forests. Like,
you know what? We did our best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's,
maybe people burn down forests to deal with their problems at home, okay?
Exactly. Well, and that's part of the thing when people are very quick to judge, Chloe and Rachel and all of them, and it's like they're 16.
They're 16.
They're kids.
They just got cursed with these not necessarily powers, but powers.
Yeah.
Hinted powers. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a very, I mean, exactly. They're 16, and I think definitely in Dawn, it is showcased how different people can deal with their emotions. Like Chloe shuts herself off. She shuts down. She doesn't know how to handle it. Rachel lashes out and just goes batshit to the wind. Like, Nathan is Nathan.
So Nathan just is Nathan.
We all deal with aggression and anger different ways.
Yeah.
Some better than others.
I think
you keep freezing, but it's frozen on Shelby halfway trying to cover her face, and I think that's just a perfect. I think that's the reaction that is probably.
Yeah, I think that's warranted.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite and a least favorite character from the film or game?
I think we're going through a sketchy area. Could Shelby text me what was just said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Because you mostly sounded like a digital demon.
Yeah, we've been having that
Which I'm
occasionally.
pretty sure was not what you were going for.
I mean,
it was
like, I don't
incredible
hate
if it was. Like
I
10
don't
out of
hate
10, but
it.
none of it was words. So,
Yeah,
are we talking actors or characters?
characters.
Let's do characters. I'm not.
No, don't go into. Well, I really don't like this
I-
person.
Love Steph. I love Steph.
Mm-hmm.
I think that poor girl has just been admiring from afar and in love with the actress as she's the stage manager and just too shy to take her shot. And then, this other shy girl comes in and is just swooped up under Rachel's arm and she's like, I had a chance this whole time.
Oh.
And but she doesn't get bitchy and she doesn't try to ruin their lives, even though she could totally get in and get, mad and offended and butthurt. But instead, she's still like, Rachel is still my friend, and I'm still gonna support whatever she does. I'm just gonna look out for her as well. And so it just makes my heart. And I like Frank. I know Frank has made some tough decisions in his life. But he is obviously only looking out for the best, the best of what is for the girls. And he's like, I know my boss is a dick. I know he's the worst. And I know that, he's going to do really awful things to him. I'm willing to risk my life and my spot in his eyes to, keep these 16-year-olds safe.
Yeah. I feel like Frank.
I don't know. He's one of those people that, I think he secretly cross stitches.
Frank is like a person that ultimately, as much as he tries to come off like he's this badass, hardened criminal, he tends to make the right decision in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much all the time.
And even if it's not the end, he's, he'll bitch and moan and talk in a gravelly voice, but that gravelly voice is still going to tell the girls, yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's
being the favorite child of this grizzled old war vet. That's what I imagine. It's just, I don't let anyone do anything except for you.
Yeah,
yeah, that's where. So I like Steph and Frank a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't dislike Damon all that much. And a little background on who I am as a person. I'm actually getting my master's degree in criminology with a focus on human behavioral studies and leadership. That's why I'm in Colorado. And I love the absolute sociopath, psychopath, just personality that Damon has.
we're in agreement on that. I love writing villains.
Interesting to me, and it's because he doesn't do anything. He doesn't hurt people to hurt people. He hurts people because he has a good time. None of it is. I feel because if he just hurt people to hurt people, the games would be boring.
Yeah.
He's doing it just to fuck with people. Am I supposed to swear? Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you're allowed to swear.
Yeah, you're fine.
Just making sure. Is this PG-13? I don't know.
No.
It's okay.
That was awkward. But it is so I don't dislike Damon that much. I'm gonna blank on his name. I think Chloe's mom is a pushover. Joyce is a pushover. I don't hate her. I'm just disappointed in her.
The actress who played her said the same thing, actually.
It's her husband. What's her husband's name?
David.
Thank you. They're not gonna make Yeah, no. He's the one I could do without.
Yeah. I know somebody else asked, no, you're not driving. You're in a car with somebody.
She's just this airheaded, like she's so used to getting what she wants that she will destroy anyone in her way.
Oh, Victoria?
Yeah, but she's an airhead in the process, which just...
Yeah.
Me mad. She reminds me of like girls that would bully me and my friends in school. We were like, you're dumb, and I know that as soon as you get out of school, you're gonna get like pregnant in the first year and just never leave town. But like, it's just, oh, it makes me mad. Or not necessarily. I'm not saying anything against, obviously, anyone like that. It's just the people who peak in high school. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think, especially going off of what you were saying about Damon, I think Damon is an interesting character because he's kind of part of that class of villains that are just kind of true evil. Like,
They're
just
bad to be
bad for the sake of being bad. Like,
kind of like Michael Myers before they tried to give him a sob story.
Yeah, like he's just a force of evil just because he enjoys.
Watch the very first Halloween movie and then watch the very last Halloween movie. Nothing in between.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a whole debate.
Do you disagree with me?
I mean, I actually didn't mind the Rob Zombie Halloween movies because I don't think it made him not evil. It just went into what can cause, again, the perfect storm to create a serial killer. Like, he's still a vicious monster. He just comes from a shitty background, too, which a lot of real serial killers do. So.
I think that the whole point of the first Halloween movie was, here's a villain. He's evil to be evil. He has no reason. He has no, like, there's no, I'm trying to think of the word. Like a plan.
Motive?
He has no plan. He has no strategy. It's not one way or the other. It doesn't matter who he's killing. He's just killing people. He's not letting anything stop in his way. Like, he's pure evil to be evil. And the fact what's supposed to be scary to people, I believe, is that no one knew how, why, when, what. It could happen to anybody. It happened. And then, like, they went into the second one and gave him a backstory and a sob story. And it's like, well, now he has a reason. Now we're supposed to, like, sympathize with him.
Yeah. I will say the newest...
That's not... It felt... I guess I saw the Halloween movies after I saw Saw.
Yeah.
It felt to... I don't know. And Saw did it pretty well, I think. And so...
Well, and Jigsaw does have a sob story, but his whole character is built around that, so it's different. Like...
Exactly. Yeah. And the whole character wasn't built around Michael Myers.
No. Did you see the new Halloween movie?
Oh, I saw the new Halloween.
It's so good. Oh my god. Yeah, that is definitely Michael at his best.
Can play fucking crazy.
Yeah. That bathroom scene, though.
So, yeah, those are the characters I liked and did not like.
Yeah.
Top of the list is definitely Steph.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so horror movies aside, like everyone's just on a tangent now.
You see, I got sunburnt. I went to
Audition.
No one's surprised.
No one's surprised.
I'll kind of like paraphrase a question. Somebody asked like what you think about the eventual relationship between Frank and Rachel, which by the way, I've always assumed that started once Rachel was 18. Right? Because somebody asked, like, do you think it's creepy that Rachel and Frank end up together? I always assume some time passed. But
I mean, regardless, I am not a fan.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that happened. I think that, I mean, I guess I don't know enough about which way it was initiated. Because I think if Frank initiated it, then it's Rachel is getting validated. She has the attention that she, like, I don't know, it's almost that she needs. Rachel thrives off of attention being given to her and all this stuff. I don't think that Rachel would have pursued Frank.
Yeah. Can I talk about my honest feelings about how that started?
Oh, yeah.
I always took it that Rachel probably initiated it and that it wasn't necessarily as real to her as it was to him. I think Frank was a means
to get something.
Yeah, I think Rachel was sort of. I think she liked Frank, but I think she was using Frank as a means to get out of Arcadia Bay with Chloe. That's how I always took it.
And I mean, Frank being the emotionally vulnerable. Let's be realistic. Yeah. Otherwise, he wouldn't be catering to 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always kind of took it as.
I'm sure that Frank is not someone who has held something down for long periods of time, minus Papa do. Mm-hmm. So when he has someone approaching him and actually being like, "Hey, you're a cool dude. I like you a lot," and he's like, "Okay."
Like, there definitely might have been something between them, but I think it was mostly a lot of Rachel trying to. I don't want to be so harsh as to say use Frank, but certainly she was aware that she was getting something more than
No, I understand where you're coming from. I get it.
Yeah. And we also don't really know even exactly what happened. We just know there was something there and that there were, like, drugs involved and maybe Rachel was making money and, like, it's... Like I said, I think a lot of it was their desperate attempt to get out of Arcadia Bay.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. They're both complicated characters, so it's like...
Yeah, they're both almost opposites. Rachel intentionally makes this open arms, happy, wants to make sure that people feel welcomed by her. And Frank is so desperately trying to be shut off, but in reality, Frank will welcome anyone into his life, and Rachel is picky and choosy and only uses people for what she needs in some cases.
I just don't see how Frank would have initiated it, because he doesn't strike me as the kind of person that would initiate a relationship at all. Like, there had to be some kind of... I don't know. It's weird. It's difficult picturing how that would have even started. But it's certainly an interesting aspect of both characters.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I hope that kind of answered that person's question. For somebody that asked, this was more of a question directed at me, but it's been asked multiple times now. How many times I play through the game before writing adaptations? It's different for both. Life is Strange, the first one, What If, I wrote based on my first playthrough of Life is Strange. No other one. Before the Storm, I did play through both of them. It's different. Everyone's just talking about beans now. The beans.
I'll watch through this later and read all the comments that are being made that aren't questions.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any really, really important, pressing questions for Cassie?
And even if they're not important or pressing.
Any questions?
Any questions at all?
Any questions.
Sorry, that's just how I talk.
I don't have anything else to do.
People are excited for the premiere.
People are excited for the premiere.
So
I am going to really try to make it back, but it is difficult in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I hope everyone understands that I'll be at the online one if I'm not able to make it back for the actual premiere. But Frontier has tickets for like $29. So
very cool.
On certain days, only one way.
Okay. 2 Rachel questions that just came up that I like.
Perfect.
What are your thoughts on Sarah, Rachel's biological mom?
What are my thoughts on Sarah?
Yeah.
I think that Rachel's father really just fucked her over. I mean, granted, I do believe that he ultimately made the right decision, removing Sarah from her life, but I think that at the point that Rachel is old enough to understand, old enough to know, there's no reason for her to have not been worked back into her life. I think there were faults made on both sides. I think it was better for Rachel's, inevitably it was better for her to be raised without Sarah around, solely because Sarah was a shit show.
Yeah.
But being reintroduced back into her life at a later age would have been healthier for all sides of the family, I believe.
And then what was your big takeaway from filming Dawn, or from playing Rachel?
My main takeaway, like a moral story, don't overbook yourself. That's my takeaway.
Fair.
But from the actual, I don't know, I feel like because this is a movie based around 16-year-olds, a lot of the life lessons it has to offer, I would love to say that I've already lived through them.
Right.
Granted, I've never had to deal with someone like Damon face to face, but I also hope that I never do. That would be preferable.
Yeah. Here's kind of a question for both of you, actually. Do you think that Rachel and Max would get along if they met?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I definitely think they will. Or they would, excuse me. Especially because I think Max is a perfect medium between Rachel and Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she's not too crazy, but she's obviously not as locked off as Chloe is. And so I think that you can't have too much on one side or the other, but because she's right in the middle. And plus with Max's passion for photography and Rachel's passion to travel, I think that they would have a lot of fun adventures together.
Yeah.
Personally. I don't know. It looks like Shelby hesitated, but that could be the lag. I said yes, and Shelby's like, "Oh, okay."
No, I think they would. We've kind of talked about this before.
At length.
But yeah. I don't know. I guess for me, I just know how timid Max is, and I think she has a hard time warming up to anyone. So I think initially she might have trouble.
Be a little thrown off by Rachel.
Right. Right. She might just be like, well, that's just I feel like Chloe on her own is enough to put up with, but she grew up with Chloe. So I think two big personalities would be a lot for Max to deal with at first. But I think they would have common ground and they would eventually get along.
I think there would be.
But it would be there.
Yeah.
The way that I would write it, I guess, would be there would definitely be some conflict at first, and there'd definitely be some trouble with the two of them really clicking, but ultimately, because Max has a pretty strong ability to see through people and to really get to the heart of people, and I think ultimately she'd kind of figure Rachel out, and they'd end up getting along really well.
Yeah.
And I also think that Max would see that Rachel and Chloe are close, and Max would never do anything to hurt Chloe. Mm-hmm. So, almost out of necessity, they would end up getting along.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you think that Rachel genuinely loves Chloe, or is she using Chloe?
That is actually a really interesting question, and that's a question that I can debate either side on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of people believe that she's using Chloe to get out of Arcadia Bay, but I also think that Rachel could have used anyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if she really wanted to get out, she could have grabbed one of the rich, popular kids and really worked her way up fast, but instead she chose Chloe because I think that she was genuinely not able to figure Chloe out at first, and I think that intrigues her. I think that got under her skin in both a good way and a bad way. And I think that the more they got to know each other, the more they realized that they balanced each other out pretty well. Yeah. But the fact that Rachel had to really delve into it first, I think she started with intentions of just using Chloe and then accidentally fucked up and actually got attached to her.
I think I've always thought it was genuine pretty much for the same reason that Rachel really, like, everyone says, like, oh, Rachel's using Chloe. It's like, how? Like, honestly, she could have done all of this on her own or with anybody who's more able to do these things than Chloe. I think it's genuine because
Rachel chose someone that wasn't as much of a project.
Yeah. I think Rachel genuinely loves Chloe because Chloe challenges her. Chloe, and this, again, I don't want to give away too much from the movie because
I know, I was just going to quote the movie and I was like, I should.
I almost just did the same thing. I was like, I almost just launched into a monologue from the movie. I was like, no, never mind. But yeah, it's like, I do think it's genuine. I think even if there are, obviously Rachel uses Chloe because Rachel uses everyone. It's for character flaws.
But I think that's something that she would have done with whoever, and I think that sometimes she doesn't even realize she's doing it. It's just how she's used to acting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think ultimately Rachel's intentions are good.
Yep.
I think if they had been able to get out of Arcadia Bay, it would have been better.
Yes. If the things that had happened hadn't have happened, it would have been better.
Yeah.
Also, I just think Chloe has a very low tolerance for bullshit, and I think that if Rachel wasn't genuine, Chloe would have figured it out one way or the other.
She would have seen through it.
Yeah.
I think that because of her low tolerance of bullshit and Rachel's, I don't know. I feel like there are moments where Rachel's just blatantly honest. A lot of what Rachel does when she warms up to someone, there's not a lot of sugarcoating.
Yeah.
And so the fact that Chloe has low tolerance for bullshit, Rachel doesn't really bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they get along so well, and eventually their relationship forms because they kind of check each other. Their personalities complement each other in a weird way, but
just gotta hit some first.
Yeah, exactly. Because I also don't necessarily agree, because a lot of people also think that, like, Rachel was a terrible influence on Chloe, and it's like, not really. I mean, they just were both 16 and doing dumb things.
Yeah, and I think that's something that everyone has to remember, that they are 16. They are not fully formed humans. Like,
yeah.
No.
They're not real people yet.
Yeah, we see their relationship start to mature even within the confines of the game. We see, they start to communicate more. So it's like, given, years and without all the ridiculously messed up shit that happens to them, it would have gotten to a point where it wouldn't have seemed so fiery and contentious.
Right.
I think maybe one big final question.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel coming into this, like, pre-established fan base?
Terrified, first off. Wait, fan base for the game as a whole, or fan base as in Carsan's movies?
Kind of both. Both.
Just
having to
comfortable with Carsan's movies, solely for the fact that I have been reading, like, I've read through comments on the other videos, and everyone in this group is so supportive and so, like, caring and ready and willing to help and know, and they're excited. And so everyone, listening, who's been commenting on videos before, I truly appreciate everything you've said, and I appreciate, obviously, what you've been saying about Carsan's videos as well as the cast. it's definitely more intimidating to go onto a wide scale platform for the Life is Strange in general. Mostly because obviously there's some nasty people out there.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are super anal about how the games are played. And I know that I'm not going to be exactly Rachel Amber, because like I'm going to warn everyone right now. I wasn't actually born Rachel Amber. I know that comes as a shock to everyone. The person driving just gasped in shock.
Well, and I think that's interesting because a lot of people...
Everyone's going to have a different take on each of the characters.
Right.
Each person is going to... Like, when I was reading the Harry Potter books, everyone understood the character. I thought Harry was a pretentious dick, and I loved Hermione, and everyone else loved Harry. I was like, you have all this fucking money. You can't, like, help out the Weasleys a tiny bit? No? It's fine. Never mind. You're 11. You don't understand any of this. It's okay. But
I think that's...
Understand characters and relate them to themselves, or to people in their life, or to people they don't like in their life. And it's solely based on each individual's idea.
I mean, this whole thing.
We're not going to match everyone's ideas.
Right.
And unfortunately, some people are going to get real butthurt about that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly what you said. I mean, this whole thing is only based on how I saw the characters when I wrote the script. So it's like, this is your interpretation of how I wrote characters that are created by somebody else.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going through multiple channels of interpretation and opinion. Yeah.
And pretty soon we have Starfire and Raven from Teen Titans instead of Chloe and Rachel.
Spoilers.
And you know what? They're still great. They're just not. It's just not how we personally see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
Actually, it's pretty close though.
Yeah. See, I've always thought,
Mm-hmm.
and again, because obviously this is my first fan project, but I've always loved adaptations of movies, of books, and things like that in film. And I've never really gotten down with like the whole debating if they interpreted a character correctly, because it's like that's just not something you can debate. They interpreted it the way that they saw it, and you know, I'm just happy that it exists. Like,
Right.
I mean, even Before the Storm, in and of itself, is just another group's interpretation of the characters.
It is. Well, and that's why a lot of the fans don't like Before the Storm
in the first place.
Regardless, yeah.
Even though we thought it was spot on, but yeah. That's just a whole other live stream's worth of content.
All right. Any more questions for me?
I think that about sums it up.
Yeah.
Because again, we can sit here all day, obviously. But
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
How about this? I am probably going to go pretty quickly here. But if any more questions pop up for me that you think are really good, text me and I'll text you back, because I'm not doing anything else and I'm not driving. Because don't text and drive. Or YouTube live and drive. No. Also bad. Don't do that either. But so if someone thinks of a question, feel free to ask anyway. Shelby will text me and I'll get an answer back to you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on, guys.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you
this
for
has been really fun.
Us.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Indeed.
All right. Bye.
Cool.
Yay! Thank you, Cassie.
Thank you, Cassie.
Yay.
You guys had awesome questions. Thank you so much.
You did. Thank you, guys. That was awesome. For the next maybe like 20 minutes, we can answer just general questions.
Indeed.
And then we'll kind of sign off from there.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of questions directed at us that we kind of skipped over because we wanted to make it about Cassie.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Now you can ask us questions if you want.
I mean, she was happy to just sit there and let us talk,
Yeah,
but I didn't want to do that to her.
Life is Strange 2, we love it.
We love it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so nice.
Not making a movie about it.
We're not. No.
But we love it.
Yeah. And we're not making a Life is Strange 2 movie.
No. Rachel and Chloe and Max were the story that I wanted to tell.
Mm-hmm.
We've already moved on to something new.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I get new glasses? I did.
She did. They're great. They're super cool. Yeah, we're gonna stay on for a little bit, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We did that with Cassie.
With Peyton.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Who are you people?
Who are you people? Yeah, we love Life is Strange too. We think the story is really important and really, really, really relevant. And yeah.
Yeah. Beautifully done.
By the way, just want to send love to all of our trans and non-binary fans and anybody who's part of any group that's facing fear and hatred right now.
Yeah.
We support you guys. We're going to keep making subversive, cool movies. Everyone go out and vote on November 6th if you live in America. Please vote. We're counting on you.
If you're old enough and live here, please vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So Dawn premieres December 1st. Yeah. Which voice actor from the first game would you want on one of your streams?
I mean, I'd love to talk
Ashley
to Ashley Birch.
Yeah.
Also, Conman, it'd be super cool if you could be there. You gave us our first review, and we love you. So it's not he said he's gonna try to make it from Tennessee. So yeah, that'd be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, it'd be so cool to talk to Ashley Birch. I've loved her work for a long time. So. Christopher Wickline, you ask a lot about Thanos' snap at the end of Avengers Infinity War, and I really do love it, but the thing is it's random. So characters don't live based on strength. So therefore we can't answer who would live and who would die. It's completely random. Sorry.
How's everything going with Dawn? Dawn is going great. Dawn is coming together. It's a movie that is going to come out December 1st.
Indeed.
And we hope you love it.
Yeah, we're working hard. Marina, do you live in Brazil? Is that where that's going on? Or I'm not sure. There's a lot going on in the political sphere right now, but I know that that's something that's happening.
Yeah. Did we like the Arcadia Bay Easter egg? We did.
We did.
Actually, that was a very sweet
openly.
nod. I watched If You Choose the Destroy Arcadia Bay. I watched the clip of. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
The plaque. So sad.
Marina, we love you. Stay strong.
Who edits our movies, Carson? We are a
This is it.
2-man project as of right now. Are you planning to do I have done NaNoWriMo in the past. I'm not doing it this year because we have a movie coming out. However, I encourage everyone to do it. Write, be creative, be brilliant. The calendars look so good. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, we are, for all our donors who are watching,
there aren't terribly many of you with us right now. But my God, we are getting those incentives out soon.
It's been a long, difficult, expensive process, but we are working on it.
Expensive.
So
we
have
are
not forgotten you.
Officially out of movie funds.
Yeah.
So everything from here on out is out of pocket for us. So we're doing our best.
Yes. By the way, I appreciate everyone who said today that we're inspiring you to make movies and stuff.
Yeah,
we love that.
you.
That's why I do it. And obviously I do it because I love it, but that's why I do this, because I love reaching out to you guys. And yeah, that's really, really cool to hear.
Yeah.
Christopher Wickline, kind of basically, yeah.
Won't give away any spoilers for those who haven't played, but it pulls at the heartstrings either way.
Were there a couple of
questions up there?
There were some.
Oh, that's one of them. What other movies do we have planned in the future? So, we're not making any announcements through this avenue because this is not the way we want to do it. But let's just say things are going to be even better going forward.
Yeah. Like, we've got big, like, announcements will be made here, but not yet.
Not through, like, a live stream,
Not through a live stream. Things are going to happen. Stay on this YouTube channel. Big things are gonna happen.
Please stay with us. Are you planning to continue regular live streams after dawn? So that is part of big announcements coming up. Will we do like these monthly live streams? Probably not. However,
monthly, but I'd still like to do occasion.
Well, but there are other.
Yeah, there are other things. Yeah, there are other things.
So no, these monthly, just chat at you half live streams, probably not. To communicate with us. Oh, don't feel bad for like how much it's going to cost us to send things. Like,
yeah, no, we're fine.
You guys, your like love and dedication to us means more than paying $12 to send a package.
Yeah,
like
all we wanted to make clear was just like it's not like we can just send them all right now because we're working on that, but it will happen.
Yeah.
Conman, that's so cool to hear. I can't wait to see what you do. If you ever come to Iowa, we can talk about stuff.
What camera did we use to shoot Dawn?
Same camera we used to do What If, but with a much better lens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the old 12-year-old Canon Rebel T3i.
Yes.
You can buy them for dirt cheap because they're old.
Yep.
We recommend getting something newer.
Yes.
If you're looking. Play Dead does come out today, and that is a project that Carson worked on. It's not in our ballpark anymore.
Post-production is out of my hands.
But that does come out today.
I did co-direct it. And so, yeah, check it out. I honestly have not seen the finished cut, so I'm very curious. I'm excited to see
as for where it's coming out, I think YouTube. I think that's what they've been saying.
There's a website, too. I think it's playdeadproject.com. But I don't think that's up for sure yet.
I tried to go to that website, and it wasn't a thing.
Okay, yeah. But
so I have no idea.
Exist.
I don't know.
Again, I am not in charge of releasing that or post-production or anything.
Nope.
But, yeah, it's a project that I spent
like a year
co-directing in the freezing cold weather. And it's got Mads in it, who played Chloe in What If. And Finch is in it, who played
Miss Grant in What If, and
Mikey in Dawn. Who else? Anybody else from this series?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a cool project. It's got a lot of gore and.
Oh, the website's up now.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But yes, the premiere for Dawn is December 1st. There's a local premiere, but that event will also be an event for the online launch.
Yeah.
So immediately following the live premiere of the film at 10 p.m. our time, Central Time, the movie goes up online.
Yep. It's like a launch party. So yeah.
It's both the world premiere and the launch party. So yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
So excited. All right. Any other questions, friends? We'll stick around for like 10 more minutes. So ask you questions. No. Radio silence.
Radio silence. I was going to say about Play Dead too, because a lot of people have asked, and since it's coming out today, I'll talk about it a bit. Play Dead is interesting because we made it like 2 years ago. So it's very much like, feels like a relic of the past for me, but it's also like just coming out now. And it's really interesting. I was inspired to make it after I saw the movie Green Room by A24, which is a survival horror movie, which is great, and you should all see it. And yeah, it was just this kind of experimental project I made with some friends, and it was a wild ride to make that movie because it took a year and the weather was awful, but it was fun. So Haunting of Hill House. We have not seen Haunting of Hill House yet.
No.
We're going
It sounds
to.
really interesting.
Yeah. I've been meaning to watch it because I love the director.
Mm-hmm.
But oh yeah, Iron Baron. We do multiple takes of
every scene.
Every scene has multiple
Every
takes.
scene.
I mean, like scenes that take them. Honestly, like how emotional a scene is not necessarily equivalent to how many takes it takes to get it.
Mm-hmm.
It depends more on line delivery, things like that.
Do you always carry a camera with you? No. So a lot of the photographs that I've been posting recently are either from last year, things that I shot, or I take a lot of pictures with my phone.
She's just that talented. They just look really good.
I don't know. I think I would like to carry my camera everywhere, but I don't at the moment. I guess not for any particular reason.
Comment, I'll have to check that out. Which one? I feel like I've heard of that one, but I don't recall the name of it. Which
First Reformed?
Yeah.
It's the one with your doppelganger in it.
Oh, shit.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
He plays a priest.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I have to see that.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'll check that out.
We want to see every A24 movie that's ever been made.
Indeed.
That's just... Oh, yeah, if any of you don't know, I'm a photography major, so I am Max.
Yeah.
Going to school for photography. Interacted with any
voice cast, I assume.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, more people from Before the Storm than from Life is Strange.
I don't want to necessarily name drop.
No, we don't have to name drop. But no, the voice cast from Before the Storm has been very supportive.
Yeah,
which has been lovely.
Yeah,
they've been super duper sweet. Yeah. Ooh, I'm hungry, guys. I haven't had breakfast. I just want to eat food.
Oh no.
Developing an interest. Why'd you retract? That
No.
was so funny. No,
we thought it was great.
Please, it was hilarious. You've asked that like 6 times, Daniel. I'm assuming your name is Daniel. I'm not going to answer that question.
Yeah, we don't really talk about things.
Talk
like
about
that.
stuff like that because
it's a movie.
It's a movie. You do what you do for a movie.
Yeah.
That's like saying, was it hard to like hug somebody? I don't know.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a movie.
I'm acting.
We just became Southern. Why?
I don't know. Oh, well, I'm sorry you retracted that.
Yeah, we're not trying. I'm sorry. We're not trying to like roast you. It's just we've made it a policy in the past that we don't really comment on things that really delve into like personal shit. So we're not yelling at you. We understand why you asked that. It's just not something we really choose to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Are we still in contact from all of our actors and actresses from What If? Not all.
Not all of them.
But
like
most.
Mads is a personal friend of mine, so
Yeah.
we still talk often. Finch.
Skylar better be in other things we make in the future.
Skylar is gonna
because he's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, we I would say we're still on good terms with
The
majority of them, yeah.
Albie's still a good friend of mine.
Black Cat, I'll never forget Lisa come back. When Lisa left the live stream.
Do you think Lisa ever came back? I don't think I've seen her in future live streams. My God.
Was Dawn easier to film than What If?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes and no.
I would say yes.
Like, it was certainly, I mean, every movie that you... That's a difficult question.
It is.
Because obviously every movie that you make, you know more about what to do. I'm learning. I'm only 22. So, like, yes and no. Mm-hmm. But there are also... Every movie comes with different challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So, in some ways, I would say we definitely were more comfortable filming. But there are also things that make it more difficult or less difficult. Each movie is so much its own monster that it's difficult to really answer that succinctly.
I think we just had better organization on Dawn than we did on What If. So that made the overall experience easier.
We all forget our parentheses sometimes, Con Man.
It's true. Okay. It's true. What's your favorite part of making a film? That's a hard question.
I would say my favorite part of any movie. There's always because I write and direct my own projects, there's always like one scene or one monologue that I'm really excited about. Just seeing it come to life. My favorite part is just like that first time you really see someone become a character and just like, holy shit, yes, this is real. And like this is happening.
I agree.
Yeah. Just working with the actors, that's what I live for. And that's why I direct, is because I love creating these characters or adapting these characters and then bringing them to life.
Yeah. I feel like my favorite part coming into filming much later in the game, excuse me, being newer to the process. I think for me, it's just seeing people's stamina and their ability to care so much about something that we are like not forcing them to do, obviously, but something that they wouldn't be there for if it wasn't for us. And to see people give their all to that and stick with us for 8 to 12 hours a day, it just means a lot. It feels good.
Yeah.
It just feels good to know people care.
The most arduous part of post-production. Really just the little touches, like
syncing up all the sound files to all the video
files.
actually,
you're right. That's an easy one to answer.
Yeah.
I have audio equipment that records separately from the film, so I have to individually put audio into every single shot and make sure it lines up, and that is hell.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How do you keep yourself from getting burnt out? Take a lot of breaks.
I don't get burnt out. I live for this. Like literally, it sounds dumb and cheesy, but like I said, the first thing your mom said when she met me was, "Oh my God, you're always on." Like,
yeah,
I live and breathe for this.
But I think to try to give advice to someone who does get burnt out easily, schedule things for yourself. Take your time. Don't put too much on your plate.
I'll use that as an example. We're taking summer off.
Yeah.
We agreed that we're not doing any big, like we might still shoot a fun thing or two here and there.
Right.
But we're not doing any big projects over the summer.
Yeah.
It's important to not let this, as much as I just said I live and breathe for this, also it's important to remember that there are other important things in your life, like your family and work and school and like things that matter too. And you cannot let your passion overshadow everything else in your life, or you're going to be very lonely.
You don't want it to become work either.
Yes.
Like the second it becomes work, it stops being a passion. Have we watched Hereditary? Are you kidding me? We saw it 5 times in theaters.
Yeah. We're actually planning on watching it again. The next movie that I'm making is like a love letter to it. Like, yeah.
It does. It does feel that way.
Yeah, no, it is. Like, it's not, I shouldn't say, it's not based on it in any way, shape, or form. It's very different. But like, I'm only thinking of like, oh my God, Hereditary was so good. Like,
heavily inspired. We've answered that on like past live streams and whatnot, but we are not going to be adapting Life is Strange 2 or any subsequent Life is Strange.
If I ever made another Life is Strange project, it would involve Max and Chloe and Rachel.
And that's a strong if.
That is, yeah, that's a
we have
strong
no plans.
For all intents and purposes, Dawn is my last Life is Strange related project, unless some crazy thing comes along that I decide I have to make this. We're done after Dawn.
Yeah.
We're going, I have 4 or 5 original projects planned already. So.
Yeah, there's so many. So many.
Yep.
And we're really excited. And we hope a lot of you guys will stay with us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Laws C, I don't want to reveal anything too much, but yes, at some point.
I would say within the next couple, I mean, we can just say that. Yeah.
Can, like, the goal is like by the end of the first week of November. But obviously, again, it's just, we just got done being in a play. So obviously our time has been limited. But, yeah.
No.
Con Man, it's a perfect Halloween movie.
It is.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing any more adaptations of anything.
Yeah. No.
Life is Strange was the
Life is Strange was it.
Yeah. Oh.
Celine, we love you.
But
yeah, it's We just both said, but yeah, at the same time.
We did. We have big plans.
We have big.
And more
big
than plans, we have things that are happening.
Yeah. I can just say this. The next thing that we're doing is cast and mostly written.
Mm-hmm.
And we're already entering pre-production.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not Life is Strange related, and it's the best thing I've ever written. I didn't say that. Shelby said that.
A lot of people have said that.
I don't say anything nice about myself. I want to make that clear. So, like, if I'm saying it, it's because somebody else said it to me, and I'm choosing to believe it.
It is the best thing he's ever written.
We held a read through, and everyone was crying. Everyone.
We're so excited.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good. It's so fun.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna ruin your day in the best way.
What's involved in the pre-production process? That might be actually a good question to end it on.
Conceptualization,
Mm-hmm.
writing, casting,
Mm-hmm.
rehearsing, scheduling, purchasing, and fundraising kind of go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
What all am I leaving out?
Initial marketing.
Yeah, initial marketing. Really, I mean,
Literally everything that you have to do to get ready to film.
yeah.
Location scouting, buying, making costumes.
And a lot of those things tend to
everything.
mix. Like, I tend to cast my movies as I write them. I like to find my actors kind of during the creation process because it makes it easier for me to write if I know who I'm writing for, which I know isn't everybody's case.
Mm-hmm.
But I tend to like to find my actors early and then write something around them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
What's favorite horror movie? Hereditary.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Also, for anyone who hasn't seen the new Halloween, go see it. It's super, super good. Super fun. It's not Hereditary good.
The ending is disappointing.
Ending is disappointing. Honestly,
But it's a fun movie.
it's worth seeing just for the first half of the movie.
It is.
Like-
It's fun. There are some fun kills.
My general critique of Halloween movies, and this sounds really shitty, they're always more fun when they're just about Michael. Like, the second that they introduce, like, some other character that he's, like, going up against, like, the final character, it gets to be procedural.
Yeah.
But, like, just the scenes where it's just Michael walking around causing chaos are fun.
That's just kind of an interesting question.
Yes.
And I want to know what you're referring to, Iron Baron. Were there any delays due to scheduling, work fatigue, etc.? Do you mean on Dawn? Because there were setbacks. Obviously,
Oh, yeah.
there are always setbacks. We lost 2 days of filming. That was a setback.
Yeah, something
Like,
always goes wrong.
Something
You
always goes
have
wrong.
to be ready. My computer freaked out and deleted 2 days worth of filming.
Yeah.
Just completely unprompted. Don't know what happened. They
Yeah.
were just gone. So we had to schedule reshoots. We had to reshoot everything we had filmed over those 2 very, very long days, and we did it, and it was fine.
Mhm.
But if you let anything set you back, you just can't. Yes, Celine, come to Iowa, and we will watch horror movies with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's just the thing. There are always setbacks. You'll lose footage, or somebody won't show up, or you can never, ever, ever count on filming going off without a hitch because it won't.
No. Yeah. Locations might not let you in at the
Yep.
last minute.
Yep.
There is always something.
And that's not even, we're not trying to be pessimistic. It's just,
Oh, no.
it's a reality. You always have to be ready for something to go wrong.
Yeah.
Dawn is 15 minutes longer than What If was. We've been saying like the exact running time of Dawn, and it scares people. So I'm just saying like it's only 15 minutes longer than What If.
Yeah, that is the thing. People are like, oh my god, it's so long.
It's 15 minutes longer than What If was.
Maybe like 20. But like, it's not that long, guys.
And honestly, again, like if I was making it for a film festival, it would have been shorter. But because this is just for you guys, for fans, I want to put as much in as I can.
Well, and it's the length of any movie you go to a theater and see. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, there are a lot of movies that are an hour and a half to 2 hours. This one's 2:30.
Yeah.
But that's still within the range of
Yeah.
any feature-length movie.
Yeah, I always do public premieres
Oh, yeah.
for my movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
The idea is that they'll just keep getting bigger and bigger. So, for sure. And the goal would eventually be to be able to have more than one event. But right now, where we're at, it just doesn't make sense to do that.
Yeah. And Celine, you're okay. You're okay. We understand.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's complicated. It's okay. Okay, I think maybe somebody do one more last real
good question.
And then
one more like big poignant question to end on. Black Cat, I don't feel like I've seen enough of his films to comment, but I do love Psycho. Everybody loves Psycho.
Anybody who's got that
who's got the burning question? That's a good one.
Yeah.
Ari Aster, who made Hereditary, I feel like right now, or I feel like there's a better answer.
I mean, is it Drew Goddard that made El Royale? Because he's directed.
Yes, Drew Goddard.
Like everything, TV, film.
No one is talking about Bad Times at the El Royale, and we just saw it, and it's amazing.
Shit,
it's so good. Go see it.
It's so good. Is that a good final question?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go see El Royale.
Go see Bad Times at the El Royale. You won't regret it.
You won't. Oh God. Oh God.
Conman, that would be awesome. Please take the torch. By all means.
Seriously.
That would be so cool.
Seriously. Yeah, no, I mean, once anybody can make a what if movie. A
Life is Strange.
Anybody can make a Life is Strange.
We don't own
anything.
We will fully support any and all Life is Strange projects that people want to make going forward.
Absolutely.
If you the big thing is I never like filmmakers that are like, I never want I would love somebody to make a better movie than what I made. The whole point of creating art is to inspire other people to make better art.
Mm-hmm.
So get out there and make your movies. Damn it. We love you. All right.
Yay. We're going to sign off, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We'll be back next month, and that will be the final live stream before the premiere. So maybe we'll try to come up with something unique and interesting for next month. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so we'll see you guys next month. Thank you for joining us.
Celine, we love you.
We love you guys so much.
All right, we love you guys. You're all awesome. Marina, haven't forgotten you. We support you. Stay strong.
Mm-hmm. And have a happy freaking Halloween.
Yes, have a happy freaking Halloween. It is decorative gourd season. Get out there.
Decorative gourd season, motherfuckers. Go
trick or treat.
Snort a pumpkin spice latte. Go buy yourself a whole bag of candy and eat it alone while watching something spooky.
Yeah, like
buy a costume just to walk around your house in.
Just Halloween.
Have a Halloween.
Yes.
Whatever that looks like, have it.
Have it.
Our favorite holiday. We love you. Goodbye.